I really do like winter and the opportunities that it allows me for layering clothes, but I'm over the cold temperatures. I'm looking forward to more green in nature and higher temperatures, so I'm really glad that spring is finally here. Moving from winter to spring also means a shift in your wardrobe. So then, what items should you worry about and how should you build your wardrobe this spring to make sure that you dress well? Yo everyone, it's Peter. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys some of my thoughts on fashion that you might want to keep in your mind this spring. As always, please use the information that I share with you guys in this video as a guideline since they are based on my own preferences and opinions. And at any point that you find this video interesting or helpful, please leave a like since it does help the channel to grow. Right, and let's just get into it. Firstly, let's talk about colours. Now when I think about spring, I think about lush greenery and flowers blooming again in parks. And the skies are going to be more clear, more blue, so the colours that come into my mind are greens, blues, browns, and maybe light pinks. So if you're someone who likes to play with colours in their outfits, I would recommend that you stay with colours that resonate with spring. This gives you another element and dimension to your outfit. You don't have to do this necessarily because I'm sure people just wear colours that they like, but if you want to think about that extra detail, that extra step, then stick with colours that resonate with spring. But whatever colour that you do choose, whether it be a blue or a brown or an orange, try to go for more earthy tones. Not only are earthy tones more in fashion now, but to me it gives off a more relaxed feeling to the eye compared to their brighter and more vibrant counterparts. If you think about it, the earthy tones give you a sort of sleepy look, a sleepy colorway, and it just reminds you of how winter is transitioning to spring and, you know, life is coming back to life. It's just slowly waking up again. It's a bit weird, it's a bit out there, but that's just the way I think of it. For example, compare these two tones of orange. The earthier tone gives you a more relaxed, chilled out vibe, whereas the bright, punch in your face orange makes you feel more energized, more excited. And I think that's more suitable for summer. So in the spring, try and go for more earthy tones if you are playing with colors. I think that spring is a bit too cold for me to walk outside in just a t-shirt, so I'm always layering something on top. And because I'm always layering something on top, you might think that I don't care about the fit. Now that's not true because, like I said, always build a wardrobe of essentials that fit you well, that are interesting. Essentials just don't have to be boring. So naturally, the essentials in my wardrobe are interesting in their own way, whether it be the size or the cut and how it fits on my body. Think about it this way, when you're outside and you're cold, yes, you'll keep on the upper layer, but when you go into a hotter environment, you're gonna want to take off your hoodie, your sweater, or whatever you have on top, which reveals the t-shirt. So unless you're 100% sure that you're not going to take off your upper layer, you might want to think about having good fitting t-shirts this spring, and any other season for that matter. I always recommend the shirts sold by Uniqlo because they have a wide variety of shapes and sizes and colors. My favorite is the oversized Aerosim t-shirt, but I also like the normal cotton ones, and the Supremas have really caught my attention recently. You don't have to go for a bog standard white t-shirt, because it really depends on the aesthetic that you're going for. For example, if you're wearing an overshirt and you're going for something more casual, you may want to wear a graphic t-shirt underneath. Graphic t-shirts are a great way for you to express to others what you love and the sort of designs that you're into. So for t-shirts this spring and any other season, just focus on the essentials and the aesthetics that suit you best and roll with that. Now spring is a very weird season in the UK. You get really cold mornings, pretty warm afternoons, and then back to very cold evenings. So dressing up for the full day at once is a bit of a modern day challenge. So if you are just going out for an afternoon, you can get away with just wearing one layer above your t-shirt. Hoodie, sweater, sweatshirt, they all do the job. Right now the boxy silhouette is going strong. You're seeing it a lot more out in the open. Now understandably, not everything that you buy or own will have a boxy or cropped shape, but it's quite easy to get that silhouette with your hoodies, sweaters and sweatshirts. All you really have to do is tuck the band inside and pull up the layer a bit, let your t-shirt poke out a bit so that you get that sort of contrast between the two layers, and you're good to go. Now this doesn't work for every piece out there, but it should work for the majority of them. It really depends on how they fit on your body and the sizing overall. If you do this, make sure you do it in front of a mirror because sometimes you can pull it too high and it just looks off. You have to get the proportions right to make the outfit bang. But if you're looking to pick up pieces that already have this cut and aesthetic, then I would recommend the Zara Acid Wash Box Hoodie or the Cold Buxton Essential Hoodie. If you're someone who leaves home very early in the morning or comes home very late in the evening, you're going to need a thicker layer to keep yourself warm, and that's where the jackets come in. Just like the second layer, trendy jackets now share the same silhouette. If you are looking for one, you're going to be looking for one that is cropped and a bit boxy. And with workwear aesthetics becoming more popular, fits like the Carhartt Detroit jacket have become highly demanded. Personally, I prefer the Rider jacket since it's a more relaxed fit version of the Detroit jacket and it's a little bit more cropped. But as you can see in the pictures, it only has two colorways, a indigo jean color and a black. So I just opted for the Detroit jacket. I actually wanted one of these years ago, but I got my Arctic, and since now they are becoming a bit more popular, I just picked one up because why not? There are other brands that offer more affordable options that give off the same aesthetics like Dickies or Cornerstone, but I've always loved Carhartt, so I went with the Carhartt one. But you might not be into workwear or the Detroit jacket, and if that's the case, you can get a Harrington jacket which is more smarter, or a jean jacket which is more casual and still has that boxy cropped fit. And also, I think that they're creeping back into mainstream fashion. Regardless of what jacket you choose, I think all of these are a staple in any essential wardrobe. I think that they are timeless and will outlive the trend itself. And I actually think that the Detroit jacket and the jean jacket can last you a lifetime if you care for it properly. Like t-shirts, if you have a staple set of essential pants in your wardrobe, then you don't really have to worry about seasonal changes. For example, my rotation of Levi jeans that I wear in the winter are viable for both the spring and the autumn. And if I really wanted to, I can wear them in the summer, but it's a bit too hot. But this doesn't mean that you can't experiment and introduce other pants into your rotation. Right now I'm quite interested in picking up a pair of workwear pants or carpenter jeans, but the more I think about it, I think that I could easily replace them or substitute them with something I already own, so they're not necessarily an essential for my wardrobe. But that doesn't mean that it can't be an essential piece for you. Also, cargo pants are still going on strong with their new variations such as the parachute and the balloon fit. But if you are looking to pick up a pair of cargo pants, try to look for something that's timeless and essential. Don't just buy the trending overly sized fits. The reason why I suggest this is because the very overly sized cargos can be hard to style, and unless you have things in your wardrobe that already go with it, I think that if you do buy something that's gonna be very different from what you already own, it's gonna put your wardrobe into a frenzy. And it's just not these pants that will do that. Anything that you buy that doesn't really already fit your wardrobe will put your wardrobe into a frenzy. So that's why I'm suggesting to stay to something more regular, more timeless, and more essential. So there's so many shoes that I have my eye on at the moment, but I just can't justify myself to pick up every single pair because they all do a similar job and I already have pairs that do that job. So despite me liking these shoes, I don't think that it's the best thing to do to pick them up. But I'm just going to share with you guys some that have caught my eye. So with the rise of popularity of chunky trainers and old dad aesthetics, Nike have entered the chat with the Vomero 5. I personally think that it's a very interesting shoe. It has a lot of textures going on and a lot of parts of interest, and with the different shades on the shoe, it has that subtle detail that just really resonates with me. And the overall silhouette of the shoe has now put it against New Balance and Asics alternatives. There's also a lot of colorways to choose from, and I like how they're not really dark, they're more of a lighter shade. So if I were to pick a pair up, I'd go for a white and grey pair. I think white and grey is very versatile for the colorways that are really booming these days. Next up is a shoe that I already own. Since it is spring again, on the dry days, we can now rock our socks and Bostons again. The reason why I really like the Bostons and why I think they're so interesting is because of how it juxtaposes your perception of them. The cork and suede design coupled with its color really does give a smart aesthetic. But it's pretty funny how they're best worn with something very casual, such as joggers or socks, which isn't very smart. Overall, I really like the way it looks and the vibe that it gives off. And my last recommendation, which is something that I say I won't get, and I probably won't because it's sort of a rule for myself now, that is the Samba. So the Sambas have really been picking up steam lately to the point where you have to enter a raffle to purchase them from particular stores. I feel like the shoe has a lot of potential with a lot of fits, and I can see how it can sort of fit into my own wardrobe. But personally, I feel that anything that a Samba can do, my Chuck 70 can do as well. So the only real way where I can justify myself to get a pair is to get a pair in the colorway that I don't already own. Something in a colorway that the Chuck 70 just can't pull off. So the great thing about footwear is that there's so many options. It just really depends on what you like and the research you put in, because sometimes you might think that you like this shoe and you're really set on it. you do a bit of research and you find something else that you really like. And that does sometimes put you in a predicament because you're like, which one do I choose now? And you feel like you should buy both. And buying both is 200% of the time probably a bad idea. So these are just some of the spring tips, essentials and recommendations that I wanted to share with you guys. You may not agree with everything that I say in this video, and that's okay because everybody has their own preferences and opinions. If everyone thought the same way, then everything would be boring. Just use this video as a guide. And like I always say, having a very good set of essentials in your wardrobe is what keeps you well dressed. It helps to keep your wardrobe timeless and it's good for your wallet. So you don't necessarily have to incorporate any new trends to look good. It's just that sometimes trends can be interesting and there's nothing wrong with trying them out. But like with any season and any trend, just adopt the trends that you actually like. You wouldn't want your love for a piece to fade alongside the clout of a trend. Otherwise, you will just be wasting your hard-earned cash. And I want to reiterate that you should always buy clothes and wear clothes that make you feel like you and make you feel happy and confident, because a lot of the times, confidence is what pulls off an outfit. Like, you can wear something that someone might not like, but 10 other people might like, or 10 other people might not like and one person might like. What's important is that you like it. Just to put it this way, there's so many times when I see someone wearing something that you cannot catch me in, but I just think that they look so good in it. Just because they have a different aesthetic from me, which I don't wear, doesn't mean that I think they look bad. I just think that they are interesting and I just think, wow, like, you can pull it off so well and I can never do that. And there's nothing wrong with thinking that. That's why we all are different. We have different body shapes, we have all different tastes, and we see things in a different light, and that's what's so cool about fashion and art and having this creativity and creative mindset. And yeah, so just have confidence in what you like and your own style. Anyway, let me know if you agree with what I say in the video, and let me know if you don't agree with what I say in the video. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to know that too. You should follow my Instagram if you want more daily content, inspiration, and I share a bit more about my life on there. So drop me a follow if that's something that interests you. If you found this video interesting, please leave a like since it does help the channel to grow. And if you want more content similar to this, please subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subs before July, because that's my current goal. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.